Hey, I'm Jaylight, and I'm the host of the podcast show Effect With Jaylight, and you officially tuned into So Booking Cool.
That's so motherfucking cool to listen to So Booking Cool.
Welcome to So Booking Cool, it's Jewel B. Today's guest is a longtime independent media personality and host of the In Full Effect with Jaylight podcast. He is also the author of 3 sizzling novels, Confessions of a LaSalle Girl, Quan-Mello, and The Rivalry. Here with us today, he is Jaylight. Stay tuned for our conversation only on So Booking Cool.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Jewel. How are you, cuzzo? It's my cousin.
Hey.
It's my cousin out here.
Yes, cousin love. I'm doing great. I'm glad that, we're able to do this. How are you these days?
Well, I can't complain. Adulting is hard, but I do it. Adulting is very hard, but I do it. Podcasting is going great. I'm putting myself out there more. More people are discovering my brand, and I'm definitely working on some things. I wrote a couple screenplays, action going on, and the books are doing okay. And yeah, I'm okay. I'm good. I can't complain too much. Life is good.
That's awesome. Speaking of life is good, do you have any quotes that you live by?
Oh, yeah. Your network is your net worth. My cousin tells me that all the time. My other cousin on my mom's side of the family.
Mhm.
Every morning I tell my I wake up in the morning, first thing I say is I'm gonna have a good day. Today's gonna be a good day. Something good is gonna happen for me today. Something lucky is gonna happen for me today. And yeah, just I do better, keep doing better. I live by a lot of them, but the main one I say, better life, better living, better finances. That's my life goals. Yeah, so I have a lot of mantras that I live by and stuff.
When did you get into that?
Sometime in 2014, 15, I was at my low point. I was at a real low point, and I had just gotten laid off from my security job at Securitas, and I was at a real low point, real low point. Like everything was crashing down. I had no money, I had no income. I lost my job. My cell phone got cut off. I cut my locks. I was going through I really hit a low point at that point, somewhere in that range, 2014, 2015. And I was in my room one day, and I was on Netflix, and I was just surfing. I was depressed. I was down, and I saw something that came up called The Secret. I saw The Secret. Yeah, the documentary. Have you ever heard of The Secret?
Yes, I have.
I
Yeah.
discovered it on Netflix one day, and I just started watching it, and it just changed my perspective on anything. It changed my whole mindset. Thoughts become reality, and it changed everything. The way I thought about things. The very next day, I went and got one of those boards, and I created a vision board. Created a vision board at my lowest point, and I just started looking at this vision board, and things started happening. It's like one of those things. Like I'm not gonna say it's immediately, but things started to turn in a way. Once my mind frame turned, and I started creating a vision board, putting stuff on there, my ideas, my thoughts, what I want to see in the future, and stuff like that. And from there, it just snowballed. It snowballed from there.
That's amazing. That's a movie and it's a book, right?
Yes, it is. I read the book, but the movie documentary is very good. I definitely encourage anyone who wants to check it out. That definitely worth looking at.
Did you know that you would want to become an author someday?
I always had an overactive imagination as a kid. Like my teachers in school, they would tell my mom that all the time. He has an overactive imagination, and I used to write short stories as a kid. I really did. I wrote a lot of short stories as a kid, and I'm gonna say I didn't know until high school.
Okay.
I
That's
wrote I
still
wrote the,
young.
I wrote the first book in high school. Came from rejection. A girl rejected me that I really liked it. And I don't know, the rejection didn't sting. It wasn't a rejection that stung. It was the fact that she didn't tell me herself that she had a mutual friend of ours tell me, and that's where the sting really came from. And I remember I was having all these ideas and these thoughts about these characters wouldn't shut up in my head. The characters, they wouldn't shut up in my head. I didn't know who they were. And at the time, my mother's boyfriend, his dad was staying with us at the time, so he was getting his stuff together. And I used to talk to him all the time. He said, just write it down. And that was it. That's how I started. The very first book was called In the Hood, and I was just writing. They got pictures of me in the yearbook writing. What are you working on? What's that? Is that a book? What is that? and that's how it happened. That's how I became an author. But that took a long time. That was just my very first book, and it's never gonna come out. It's never gonna come out. It's never gonna come out. It's too much of a mess. I can't tell you the book is about. I was just writing, but yeah, that's how I became an author. Just writing. People ask me all the time, like, I want to write a book. What do I do? How do I like? That was when I first stepped into the Instagram game, and I was promoting my books heavy.
Yeah.
I would have a lot of people in my DMs, like they would really DM me, "Hey, I see your stuff. I see your book. I want to write a book. What do I do?" Etc. Etc. And I would all tell them the same thing. I would tell them all the same thing. Starts with a notebook and a pen. You got to get a notebook and a pen and just start writing. Start writing those ideas, the raw ideas. From there, you'll transfer them onto the computer, etc. Etc. But it starts with a notebook and a pen.
How did you feel when so many people were recognizing what you were doing and hitting you up?
Wow. It kind of inspired me a bit because I was like, wow, I'm doing something good here. This is actually happening. Like it was, for me, it was like, wow, people see my stuff. Like you don't understand the recognition until it hits you. Like, hey, I see you. You see the blue checks before you're able to buy them. You know, people, you will only get a blue check if you're a celebrity. You see a few blue checks liking your stuff here and there. So it was like, wow. And people are really coming to me because they see my stuff. That means they're inspired. I'm inspiring people. They would tell me that too. You inspired me to, try my book thing. I always had these ideas. I always wanted to. So it's definitely inspiring. It's definitely inspiring. That's the best way I can put it.
So like within the hood, you say that that's basically private. So how did you know what books you wanted to share with the world?
Actually, In the Hood was the very first book I wrote. I wrote a part 2 to it. I wrote In the Hood in 2000, and that was 2008. 2009, I wrote the sequel. After I wrote the first one, I was like, all right, what else am I gonna do? Oh, let me write the sequel. So the characters kept talking to me. Wrote the sequel to it. It wasn't until years later, when Confessions of a Lost Soul Girl came to me. Those are the same characters from the very first story I wrote. Only this time, believe it or not, but actually happened. But before that, before I started the Lost Soul book, I was writing The Rivalry. That was gonna be the third book. I was writing The Rivalry, but I got bored with it. Restless. That's the way my mind works sometimes. And I started. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. It was in the wintertime. It was before college. I went to college in 2005. So this had to be like 2003, 2004. No, definitely had to be 2004. Sometime in February. The idea came to me. I wonder if I could create a story based on the characters from the original story, only give it a spin-off, and make the main characters from the first story like round characters. They'll be the co-stars. And that's how it happened. That's how La Soul happened. La Soul are the characters from the first story. And I started writing. Literally, the main character, Nicole, she's the storyteller. She's the person who's telling the story. She started talking to me. I started writing. At one point, I was writing 2 books at the same time. I was writing Rivalry, and I was writing Confessions of a Lost Soul Girl at the same time. Put one down, pick the other up. Pick one down, put the other up. And this has been 2004, 2005. I went to college in TC3 in 2005. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's a feat I've done once. I can't do it again. I wish I could. Never done it before. Couldn't do it again.
Why you say you couldn't do it again?
I can't do 2 books. I can't write 2 books. The way life be lifing these days in 2026, and the older I get, I don't have that attention span to sit down and write like I used to. I wish I could, which is why I haven't put a book out in a long time, because I don't have still energy. See, have you ever heard of still energy? Still energy.
Tell us about it.
Stillness energy is when you're doing nothing. When you can sit down and nothing's happening. That's when your ideas come to you the most. Sometimes I would sit down and play video games for hours. Just sitting. And nothing be happening. And then the ideas go, woo, 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 woo. And then next thing I know, I'm up till like 4 a.m. writing. Stillness energy, doing nothing. I don't have stillness energy anymore. That's why I haven't written books to put them out there in a while. Yeah, stillness energy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's so true too, because as the older we get, we have more responsibilities and whatnot. And then, you have other creative work that you do anyway. So yeah, multi-talented, multifaceted. But before we talk more about the other side of it, just tell us like what your books are about. Confessions of a Lost Soul Girl.
Confessions of a Lost Soul Girl. It's about a fictional singing group. And their rise, their fall, and re-rise to superstardom and what they and the humbling hardships that they encounter, as well as the demons within the group and individually. It's gonna be a movie. I wrote the screenplay to this. I wrote the screenplay to it. Would you believe it? I wrote the screenplay to it. Yeah, I did.
I'm not surprised. I'm excited.
I definitely did. It's gonna be a movie one day. You want to hear the story behind that? Now that's crazy because I was working a security job. And I'm in the lobby, bored out of my mind. The book had just came out not too long ago, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, something telling me I should write the screenplay to it. And I heard the voice. It said very deeply, "You gotta write the screenplay." I heard it. I heard the voice in my. You gotta write the screenplay, and it came so deep. My heart still going. Boo, 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 boo. I was like, "Yo, who said that? Who said that?" My intuition strongly told me, "You gotta write the screenplay to this." And I started writing. I had no idea what I was doing. I just started like the ideas, the concept. I knew I had to take stuff out of the book, and also knowing that movies are like 2 hours long. So I pretty much took stuff out piece by piece by piece. Okay, I got to mention this. I got to mention that. And I was writing in my notebook. I always carry a notebook around. Still do sometimes. Write my ideas down. Boom, boom, boom. And I started writing the screenplay. Stopped writing the screenplay. I stopped writing the screenplay.
Why?
Because I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, what am I doing? I start typing in, I don't even know. And then the universe. See, I believe in the universe. The universe, when you're supposed to do something, it will point you in a direction to do it. Do you believe in that?
Yes, I do.
So this is how this happens, right? I'm working in a security job. I told you I stopped writing the screenplay. I'm doing an overnight shift, and I'm pacing back and forth. Somebody's gonna reach out. Somebody's gonna reach out. Somebody's gonna reach out. Like I'm repeating this back and forth. I'm vibrating this as I'm saying this in the yard. I'm outside in the yard, pacing back and forth. Somebody's gonna reach out. Somebody's gonna reach out. Somebody's gonna reach out, and I feel myself vibrating. I'm vibrating as I'm walking back and forth, and just in deep thought. It's the same day that I had that morning. I had to go and take my written test for my license. I had to take the written test.
Yeah.
So I left work, went to take the written test, came home. I passed it, by the way. Passed it. I was like, yes, finally.
Yes.
Went home, went to sleep, woke up. You'll never guess what happened.
What?
There's something. I get a DM. One of the girls. The book is dedicated to the female R&B groups of the 1990s.
Yes.
So when the book came out, I sent it out to a few people. I sent the book out to a few people.
Smart.
Some like the ladies from Total, one of the ladies from Total, one of the girl groups. They reached out to me. One of the girls from the girl group.
Look at that.
702. Mila from 702.
Oh, yes.
She reached out to me. I woke up. Hey Jay, have you sent this book to anybody? I was like,
wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's because of Mila that I went to the Barnes and Nobles the very next day. I picked up books that how to write a screenplay, the screenplay Bible, and I sat back down at the computer and I start typing again. I whatever was up there, I started typing again. Yeah, it's because of Mila from 702 that I went back and wrote the screenplay. I haven't met her yet. I can't wait to meet her in person. I got to meet her in person when they tell the story. I don't know if she's ever going to see this, but I got to meet her one day and tell her the story. I have to. And yeah.
Wow.
Yep. That's exactly how that happened. And yeah, that's that. The universe told me I had to write the screenplay. I wrote the screenplay, and we went from there. Now the other book that I wrote, The Rivalry. Man, I wrote that such a long time ago. Like I totally forgot what this book is about. It's about two brothers who have a sibling rivalry, and they both go to different opposite sides of the school. The rivalry is not based on a true story, but the theme is based on a true story. Because I went to William E. Grady High School in Coney Island, Brooklyn, and right across the highway from us is the rivalry Abraham Lincoln. So we always had a rivalry with every time we played them. It was a big rivalry game for us. We even played them in a championship, the PSAL championship in Madison Square Garden. What was that? My senior year in high school? That might have been my senior year in high school. I was there for that. We won. We kicked down. I was there. We won and stuff. So the story itself, the brothers' rivalry is a fictional story, but the rivalry between the schools is that's a real thing. And basically, it's about their sibling rivalry and how it turns friends against friends, family against family, and gets so out of hand and stuff like that until it all explodes. And you read the story and figure out how that goes. It's a lot of sentimental themes in there. There's teen pressures, teen pregnancy, a lot of things that deals with teenagers. Like you can relate to that story. Quan-Mello. Quan-Mello came to me at my lowest point. That's the book I wrote when I got laid off from a security job. Quan-Mello is about a young man who's tired of punching the time clock. He knows that he ain't meant to punch a time clock. I would say Quan-Mello is a little bit of me because I know I ain't meant to punch a time clock. I'm meant to do creative things and dope shit, and that's Quan-Mello. Same way. Only he's a wordsmith. He's not a rapper. He's a rapper, but he's a wordsmith. And he has this epiphany. One day he's in his room. He's watching a movie Notorious about Notorious B.I.G. And then the epiphany hits him. Whoosh! And he sees it. He sees what he's supposed to do. He sees he's supposed to make the album. He's supposed to put his friends on. They're supposed to do this, that, and the third, and wooty woo and stuff. And yeah, it's about a young man who's tired of punching the time clock. The story really isn't about how he he wants to be the next Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas, Lil Wayne, Eminem. He wants to be in that category. The story really isn't about how he does it. It's about what happens when he actually does it. You got the label beef, the rap beef, friends with friends, and drama, baby mama drama, and all that craziness like that. Yeah, came to me at my lowest point. Wrote it in about 3 months. Wrote the series to that. I wrote the series to that. Here's where this happened.
Yeah.
After I finished the Lost Soul screenplay, those characters started talking to me. The characters from Quan-Mello started talking to me. Wrote the series. 10 episodes from season 1, 3 episodes from season 2, and that's where I stopped at. I couldn't get back into it. Life started lifing. But yeah, I'm a writer. I'm a writer on one part. I write screenplays. I wrote another screenplay about. I got a sitcom. I got a spin-off sequel to Quan-Mello. I didn't write the book. I don't think it's gonna be a book. She's not gonna be a book. Her word. She's been in my head for a long time, but she's not gonna be a book. She's gonna be a series. And I started some stuff with that. I wrote a screenplay based on my college experience, my whole college experience. That was a whole nother story. I started writing a spinoff, not a spinoff, but maybe a flip side to that screenplay. Only a female version. That'll be a little bit fictional, a little bit true stuff. But yeah, I was busy. I was busy for a couple years. I was so busy. I was busy, Jewel. I was really busy putting my pen to paper and all that.
Yes, we can see. We can definitely see. With that right now, what advice do you have for authors?
The best advice that I can have is you got to put yourself out there. You got to put yourself out there every day. If you're on social media, you have to promote your brand, your product every day. You don't know who's watching. You don't know who sees who. You don't know who follows who. You got to put your stuff out there every day. You can't be afraid. Oh, I don't know. And my book might not sell. Don't worry about the sales right now. Just put your stuff out there. The right people, the right person, they will find it. They will find your creations. They will find your books. They'll find everything. The second and best advice I can give you is to worry about quality over quantity. Make sure your book is together. Like the first time I put the first 3 books out, I made major mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes. I made so much mistakes. There were so many errors, but I also didn't have anybody to show me or tell me how to put my first book out. I made a lot of mistakes. And those mistakes, they stuck with me for about a couple years, about 10 years. The mistakes stuck with me for about 10 years. I said, as soon as I get a little money, as soon as I get some change, I'm going to get an editor, a real good editor, redesign the books, redesign the edit, the cover design, and everything. And that's how I found my book editor. I found him on social media, networking, talking. Hey, I hit him up. Yo, I can do that. He did all 3 of them. He did the edit, layout, beautiful. He did the cover design. I always came up with my own concept for cover designs. I always came up with the concept for my own cover designs. I told him what I wanted. He's like, well, send me images, ideas. He put it together. What you see now, the new editions of the books, Confessions of a Lost Soul Girl, Quan-Mello, The Rivalry, those are newest editions. Those are the ones I gave him. That's what he did. So yeah, your mistakes will make you great. Your mistakes will definitely make you great.
I like that. Your mistakes will make you great. Yeah. Let's talk about the music side of you. Would you say that you're a music head? Because I would definitely say you are. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, a bit. Yeah, a bit. I don't DJ like I used to. I play music in my room. I think it took a lot out of me after college. I am a music head though. It runs in the family. My dad was a DJ back in the day, a long time ago. And that carried on to me. That's a whole other journey too. That whole journey thing from being a DJ. Like I didn't go to college to be a DJ. I went up there to write my books, get better English, writing, and all that stuff like that. And just that took on a whole different journey on its own. But to answer your question, yeah, I'm definitely a music head. Definitely a music head. I could dig in the crates and
Do you think,
yes. Go
oh,
ahead.
do you think that that's why music has been a part of some of your books?
Yep. Yes, because the Confessions of a Lost Soul Girl, like I said, is dedicated to the female R&B groups in the 1990s.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what we listen to. Then in the summertime, certain records, like when I give you one, Case, touch me,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
tease me. That summer was absolutely lit. That summer was absolutely lit. Yeah, I'm sorry, my voice projects. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Fine.
but yeah, yes. Certain songs they take you to a particular part, and like Quan-Mello, like he's like the soundtrack to to his story is like the '90s hip hop scene. You know, the Jay-Z's, Nas, Biggie. Yes, so yeah, and the rivalry takes me back to like 2001, 2000, 1999 when I was in high school. Certain songs I listen to now, man, it takes me back to high school. Wow, bling bling. Every time I pull up in the city, bling bling. High school for me. Yes, yeah. So yes, music definitely played a big role in a lot of those books that I've written.
What are your thoughts on the current state of the music business? And
Oh man, the
yeah,
music that's out today is so bad. It's so bad. I mean, I don't knock anybody. I'm not knocking anyone individually, but the music that's being presented to us these days is it's just it's not good at all. Like what no one knows who these people are anymore. No one knows what they're talking about. Like everything is in auto tune. Everyone sounds like everyone. Everybody sounds just like that. Everything is tap 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 tap. Like it's just the same. That's why a lot of us, like myself, we listen to a lot of '90s, early 2000s music because the music today is like it's not relatable to a lot of us. Maybe the young kids, maybe they understand it more because of that's the era. But our era, we grew up in the '90s, the early 2000s, even the '80s. That was music back then. Yeah, today's music is just it's in a different stratosphere. It's in a stratosphere that a lot of us don't understand or comprehend what's going on, the concept, the message, anything like that.
what are some of your favorite songs of all time?
Oh my God, Jewel, you are not going to do this to me, Jewel. Jewel, you
You,
are not
you,
going to do. Where's my damn? Wait, hold on. Jewel, you are not about to do this to me, Jewel. Nope, you are not about. Where's my? You know what? I said I wasn't gonna do it. I said I wasn't gonna do it. I said I wasn't. You know what? Oh my God! I'm sorry, Jewel. I'm sorry. I said I wasn't gonna do it, but you made me do it. Yeah, it's too.
I love it.
Jewel, I can't answer the question, Jewel. It's too many. It's too many. The playlist on my iPad is it is no. Next question. I'm not gonna do it.
Do you have a lot of playlists? Well,
Yes,
you're a
Jewel.
DJ.
Yeah,
You have that background. Yeah.
former DJ, Jewel. Former
Former
DJ, but
DJ.
I can do it when I want to. Well, yes, Jewel. My crates. I have crates on my laptop. It's yeah.
Okay, what
Yeah, Jewel.
streaming platform do you mainly use? Are you Spotify, Apple, Tidal?
Well, when I'm at work and I put my earpiece on at my place of employment,
Hmm.
it's Spotify, and I'm always discovering songs that I didn't even know. I'm like, wait, who sings this song? Oh, I gotta download this. And literally every time I'm on Spotify and something comes up, there's a song by an artist. I know the artist, but I didn't know that was a song. Now I gotta download the song because now I gotta add it to my playlist because the song's stuck in my head now. Yeah, but when I'm home in my house, it's Apple Music, Apple Radio. Do you use Apple Radio? Yeah, it's Apple.
Sometimes, but I use
I
Apple.
you gotta use I use my Apple Radio, and when I'm pregame for the podcast show, I'm usually using Apple Radio for the golden age of hip hop. I'm drinking my twisted tea and getting pregame ready, and it's usually Apple Radio, golden age of hip hop or old school hip hop, and that's what I use. Those two right there. Anything else, I'm like, I stick to what I know.
So yes, let's talk about your podcast.
Ah,
Let's talk about it.
okay, Jule, I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again.
Full Effect with Jaylight.
That part.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a
What
character.
inspired it?
What inspired it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now this is a whole nother journey. I'm glad we got time. You have time, Jule, because I have time. You got
I
time
have
today?
time.
Oh, good. We got some time here. Okay, good. What inspired this journey started in 2006. 2006, Tompkins Cortland Community College. It's a small little community college upstate New York. It's just outside of Syracuse, just outside of Cortland State. I had this radio show called Most Swagger Entertainment. It was me, my friend Brendan, my friend Lyle. We were the very first student-produced on-air program radio for WTC3. That was their digital program radio station. Eventually, Lyle falls up. He don't want to do it. He got things going on. Life happens. That was college. I never held it against him. So it was me and my friend Brendan. So we had the Most Swagger Entertainment. It was basically a radio station, a radio show. We were bridging the gap between Tompkins Cortland Community College and the city. They didn't have a radio station up there. So we were bridging that gap. We were playing the music, et cetera, et cetera. And it took us a while to find a formula to get it right, but eventually we did. Only when we finally get it right, the servers for TC3, they would go down so people couldn't listen to the radio show. We were so mad about it. It's like, yo, we trying to find quick fixes. Nothing. It just kept going down. And this was around the time MySpace was out. Do you remember MySpace, Jule?
Of course.
MySpace was out. And Brendan, it was my friend Brendan, my co-host. We used to call him Be Serious. B comes up with the idea. He says, hey, why don't we put the radio show on MySpace? Huh? I'm like, we doing this? How? And sure enough, we found a way. We found a way. This was coding and everything. And we found a website we could do. And we started putting the show. We will record the show, but instead of putting it on the servers for the school, we will put it on our own MySpace pages. We got more listeners on our MySpace pages than we ever did for the school server. Yeah. So here's the kicker to this thing. Also, we didn't have sponsorships. We didn't have commercials. So the music was basically our commercials. We play music, but it was me talking. We had like a whole Star and Buck Wild thing going on. I would do the talking. He would add on to, dude, you're an idiot. Really, it happened? Yeah, I'll be talking. All right, we gotta play some music. The music would give us a little break here. Here's the whole concept of this thing, and I thought about this recently.
Mm-hmm.
We were podcasting in 2000 and something, and we didn't even know it.
Yes,
we didn't even know we was podcasting. We didn't know we were podcasting, Jule. We didn't know this. We thought we was doing a radio show and people were listening and stuff. And yeah, we didn't realize we were podcasting. We were ahead of the game and we didn't even know it. We didn't even know it. How crazy is that, right?
Yeah. With the times. Mm-hmm.
2006, 2007. So the show ran its course. It is what it is. Life happens. That's college. I didn't know the impact that we had until after the show was over. And my last year at college was 2009. And I would see random people in various places and they would say, hey, you're not doing your show no more? I was like, nah, it's a rap for it. Yo, I used to listen to your show all the time. You guys were hilarious. I used to listen to the music. You guys were joking. I used to love your show. We didn't realize. I didn't know. We didn't know. We didn't realize that's what it was until after. And I was like, wow, that's really, that's crazy. Like, I didn't realize that we had an impact, that people really were tuning into our weekly radio show that we did, and they were really listening. I had no idea, Jule. And so we flash forward to a few years later. Life happens, shit be happening, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm removed from the DJing thing. I'm just promoting the books, and I'm starting to get a little restless. I'm working a security job, the same security job when I told you I was in the yard pacing back and forth. Somebody's gonna reach out. I was there, and I was doing an overnight shift, and I didn't know at the very moment that I was practicing my monologues for a show that I was going to be doing, because I was thinking in my mind, I had the stillness energy. When you're not doing nothing, you're just walking back and forth. Your mind is just wandering. Ideas are coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about the days when I was doing the radio show, and I would just be practicing different stuff. Oh, I would say this, I would say that, say, And one day I'm at work, and my friend Ty, he hits me, he hits me up. Yo, I see your stuff. Yo, when are you doing a podcast? I'm like, I don't know podcast. What's he talking about? He said this on Facebook. I'm not doing I'm like, I don't know podcast. What's he talking about? I don't know podcast. 2000 and something, yeah. And so I put thought into it. I talked to my guru, my cousin Taki. His podcast is Kick Story for anyone interested. It's my guru. So I talked to him about it. He's like, podcast might be your thing. You talk, you do. That might be your thing. You maybe you should put some thought into it. And sure enough, I put some thought into it. November 2019, November 3rd. The date is set on my phone. I looked at it earlier, and I started with a microphone, a laptop, and some headphones, some scribble notes. That's how it happened.
Your cousin was right.
And so was my friend when he started the podcast. Oh, podcast! What are you talking about? Podcast. What are you talking about?
But what was it about it that made you say, no, that's not for me? No way.
I didn't I wasn't sure about it at first because I wasn't sure what podcasting was. It was no one you think about when podcasting first started before the pandemic. That would have been, when did the pandemic happen exactly? 5 years ago, 7 years ago.
Yeah, like around that time.
Yeah, so this was before so podcasting was still kind of new before then. Like certain people were doing it, and you would hear, oh, it's a podcaster, but people were like, what is a podcast? Nobody knew what a podcast was. Nobody really knew what a podcast. We were used to just radio, right? Radio, yeah, that radio platform. So podcasting was still relatively new. So I was unsure about it myself, but I knew that I'm a talker, and I knew that I can really engage. I can entertain people. See, Podcast Jay and regular Jay are two different people. Podcast Jay is entertainer. He shouts, he loud, he mispronounce words on purpose, but it's his credence. It's just to make people laugh. Like, yo, you're crazy, hilarious. Regular Jay, he's more relaxed, more reserved about it. So I was like, that kind of works. Like I said, I was podcasting in 2006 and 7 and didn't even know it.
Didn't even know it.
So basically, it was just the universe saying, this is it. This is what you got to do. This is what you're supposed to do. So, yeah, that's how it happened. That's how it all happened. There's more in between, but that's basically how it happened, Ju.
And yeah, with you being a writer, I remember your blog.
I did that too for a minute. Like I said, I'm a creative person. I write. I can talk. I used to do the blog thing too. I did it for a little bit, and that came from podcasting in 2006 and 7. All I did was transfer from speaking about it to typing about it, and then back here I am speaking about it again. Yep. That's basically how that happened.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
What do you think of Substack?
What is Substack? What is that?
Because everyone's like, get on Substack, get on Substack.
I don't know what that is. What is Substack?
It is a mobile platform where you can create your newsletter or whatever content you want to do, and people sign up. They subscribe to it. And so they get alerts as to whenever you're posting. A lot of writers are recommended to use that platform. And you can make money from it as well.
This is my first time hearing about this.
Oh, okay. I can, encourage you to do something now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at you, cousin, over here encouraging your big cousin to do so. Look at this.
Yeah. Because I was like, I can't wait to, see what you think about it. So definitely
I've never heard of this before.
Like look into it and see what you think, because it is recommended for writers to have.
Substack, you said? Maybe it's something I might check into, but usually I've been doing a lot of this podcast and stuff. So writing, I don't know. Maybe it's an idea to look into. Maybe it's something I need to look into. Thank you for putting me onto something. Look at this. Look at you put me onto something brand new. Look at this. Go ahead, Julie.
It's only right. It's only right.
Okay.
What is it about you that you like to like with myself, you've given me like some good advice and some feedback, and I'm sure you've probably done this with others as well. So what is it about you that makes you want to do that?
I don't know. Like I feel like it's one of those each one teach one situations where they always told us this over the years, each one teach one. I feel like I'm not a gatekeeper. If I know something, And I feel like you need to know. I'm going to pass it on to you. Hey, this is what you should do. This is what I'm not one of those people that likes to hold information from people. I can't stand being around people. I don't like people like that hold information. If you know something that can help a person get better or improve, let them know. Put it in, pass it on. Like pass the jewel on. Like here you go. Like this is what this work. I tried this. And maybe it might not work for you. Maybe it might. But hey, just give this a try. Yeah, I believe in passing it on. No, don't hold on to something. You're not supposed to hold on to the jewels. You're supposed to pass it on. And a lot of that is gatekeeping. If I don't know if you've met these gatekeepers, but people really gatekeep out here. Yes, they really. That's a whole nother story. We can discuss at another point. But yes, I'm not a gatekeeper. I got to pass it on to you. Like people, how do I podcast? I tell you, you gotta it's a lot. It's not an easy thing. Podcasting is not an easy thing, and I basically can give you the tools on what you need to do, how you need to do it, how you need to set it up, basically. So I don't pass it. I pass it on. I don't gatekeep. I'm not a gatekeeper.
What are some of the main reasons you think some people gatekeep?
Because they don't want you to move forward. They don't want to see you doing better than them. That's why. They don't want to be, oh, I'm doing this, and then they look to their left and they see you're standing next to them. Not physically, but literally. Like in a literal term. And then they see they look up and you way ahead of them. They're like, wait a minute, I put him on. He get way up there. How's he doing it? That's why. That's why, Drew. They don't want to see you doing better than them. They don't want to see you moving faster than them, ahead of them, and they put you on. Now they like behind. They're like, yo, I was doing this. He's doing this now. What happened? What you doing? Yeah, gatekeeping. That's why.
Why do you think they don't see it as there's room for all of us?
Nah, it's a lot of selfishness because there really isn't. The pool isn't so big, Jewel. The pool is not so big. Like I'm trying to get into iHeartMedia right now. You know how many rejection emails I'm getting from these people? I'm getting one every week. Every week I'm getting an email. I'm following one of the people that work there on Instagram. She promotes my stuff. Sometimes I promote hers. I finally got to meet her in the summertime at the function. I met her. I met her boss. I was like, well, how do I met her boss. The whatchamacallit, what is she? The vice president of programming at iHeartMedia. And I stepped to her. Yeah, I stepped to her. I said, hey, I'm a podcaster. I'm trying to get myself on. What do I need to do? I'm just trying to get my foot in the door. And she gatekeeped on me. Oh, if the hiring managers, they see your profile, they see something, they'll email you and Really? I had my podcast shirt on and everything. Really? You don't be like, I like your shirt. What is it? Tell me about your podcast. Nothing. Just if they see something, they'll email you, and that's gatekeeping. That's gatekeeping. But you know what? I take it for what it is. I hold no grudges. It's what it is.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you move forward in rejection, which is something that
It
all
only
of us
fuels.
can relate.
It fuels me. It fuels me more. I wish I would have started putting those rejection emails on my main page on my Instagram. I wish I did it sooner. But something told me people need to see your failures. They need to see your rejections. It's a part of your story. It's a part of the story. They need to see that part of the story. So when they go back and they say, hey, how did you get on? How'd you do this? How'd you do XYZ? I showed you. I put the rejection emails on my page. You see, they kept rejecting me, and I kept going. I kept with the ideas. I kept tagging them and stuff. I just kept making my presence known. Making my presence known. That's how I deal with it, Jewel. Make my presence known. What the guys say? Be so good they can't ignore you. What is his name? Steve something. Blonde white hair guy. What's his name?
Steve Jobs?
No. Stars with
Steve Harvey.
Stars with Selena Gomez on a show on Hulu.
Oh, Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. Be so good they can't ignore you. My new model. Be so good they become sick of you. You're gonna be sick of me, Jewel. Yeah, that's how I deal with it. Keep making my presence. I put myself out there all the time, and I mentioned you this before before you hit the record button. The blue check. The blue check is very important. I wasn't sure about the blue check at first. The blue check on YouTube. I mean on Instagram. Mm-hmm. At first, I was totally against it, but then I started putting more thought into it. My blue check, it just shows that people that this is me. This is who I am. These are my books. These are my podcasts. These are my words. This is my art. This is me. This is me. It's not no one else. That blue check is definitely important because when people see your comments under certain stuff, they will go to your page. They'll go to your page first. Let me see what this person does. Oh, it's okay, official. And they'll like your comment or they'll comment on top of your comment. Follow them immediately. Follow them immediately. It's this producer, that's something, that person in charge of this, woody woo. Yes. It's all about the blue check effect. Yep.
What other do's and don'ts do you have for social media for those who should be putting themselves out there?
Everything isn't for social media for sure. Everything is not for social media. Some people use it as a diary. You don't need to use social media as a diary, especially if you're using it for your brand. If you're using it for your brand, and I did this research. I did this research on marketing and promotion when I was for La Soul, for the first book for La Soul. How to promote market books on social media. Says everything. Applies to everything. If you're gonna say you do X, Y, Z, when people go to your Instagram page, the first 5 pictures they need to see is X, Y, Z. Your brand, X, Y, Z. First 5 pictures. They don't need to see you in the club, turned up with the bottles, or you say you're an author. But I go to your page and I can't find none of your books. Where's your books at? Where's the books? Where's the story at? Can't find it. They seeing vacation pictures. They seeing stuff like, yo, you got to put your stuff out there. You have to put your stuff out. My cousin, another cousin of mine, Issa, Cosmic Movements. That's with a K, Cosmic Movement. The best advice he gave me, and I said this quote, and I put it on my gram the other day. The best advice he gave me was a day should never go by when you aren't promoting your stuff. Rather it's your today stuff, your tomorrow stuff, your in-between stuff. You got to promote that shit every day. You got to promote it every day. The world will see you when you promote it every day. You have to. And don't use social media as a social diary. Don't put everything is not for social media. Everything is not for social media. It's okay to entwine some of your life, some of it, like, family time, so they see that you're a real person. You're out there, you're doing stuff. Like in the summertime, I don't podcast in the summertime. I'm outside, not inside. It's too hot. I can't do this in 90-degree heat. I can't do this. I can't do it. I tried it. It's not going to work. I tried it, Drew. It doesn't work. So I'm outside a lot. But what I also do is I also promote my stuff while I'm outside. With the events, the places I'm at. You see me just, shit, having a good time. You see, like, I'm outside. You see this. You see me outside. I'm promoting the events, the promoters. Hey, I'm at such and such event. I'm here. I tag them. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for tagging my stuff. Thank you. They appreciate that. Like, I'm coming to your stuff and they're returning that. Thank you. Thank you for promoting our stuff. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, Drew. Yes.
Yeah, I definitely have seen that. I know a lot of people have seen it.
Yes.
As well.
If you're outside, you like put your stuff out there. Even if you go to functions, hey, this is where I'm at. I'm visiting here. I'm doing this. Hoopty woo. Yeah. But basically, everything is not for every social media, but you definitely have to put your stuff out there. Rather it's your today stuff, your tomorrow stuff, or your in-between stuff. You got to do that shit every day. Not every hour, because people make the mistake of putting their stuff up every hour. Don't put your stuff up every hour. Nobody will see that shit every hour. You got to do it at a certain time. You want to know the specific times, and I learned this, like I said, research and marketing promotion on my book. You want to know the times that you need to put your stuff up, Drew?
Let's hear it.
Okay. So if it's brand new, you're gonna want to put your stuff up somewhere around 6 in the morning. That's your first batch. 6 in the morning. People are waking up. First thing they do is grab their phone. They open up Instagram. They see if the world is still around. They see what's going on. They'll see your stuff immediately. So between 6 and 8, that's people getting up, going to work, going to school. They're on a bus, they're on a train, wherever they are, they got their phone in hand. Then you want to try again between 12 and 3. That is lunchtime. People outside, they're eating lunch, they're doing X, Y, Z. Then you want to try again between 4 and 9. People are going home after work. I'm not going to say 9. 9 is kind of too late, too. I say between 4 and 7. That's your third batch. Put it up. Boom. People are going home. They're eating dinner. They're doing something. Those are your power times to promote anything. Don't use hashtags. They don't count anymore. If you're going to put a picture of yourself, put your music behind your background. In fact, I feel like I'm one of the people that started that whole music thing anyway, putting music behind your stuff. I was ahead of the game with that too. But yeah, those are your power times. That's when you put your stuff out there and people are going to see it the most.
Okay, talk about choosing the music to go with your post.
Oh my God, Jules, this is a headache. Oh my God. Oh my God, Jules, this is a headache.
Why?
This gives me anxiety every day. Like, damn, what song can I pick today? I choose this song last week. I did this yesterday. The,
Yeah.
the 90, the girl group stuff, that's basically given. Quan-Mello was like, what do I want to do today? And I don't know. But in my podcast promos is if I'm not talking, it could be any instrumental I feel at the time. But if it's just a picture, yeah, anxiety.
I like the music that you choose when you're getting ready to start the shows. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, no
Yeah,
problem. I can hear some of the.
it's just my creative spirit speaks to me. Whatever mood I'm in, I'm like, let me go with this song. Sometimes I make the facial expressions that actually goes with the song. I'm like, okay, that goes with that. But yeah, it's just gives me anxiety, but I fight through it, and eventually, I'm like, all right, this works. This works right here. This works. This works. Go ahead.
How do you decide how much of your brand you want to use on your social media versus like, you when you're not working, when you're not putting yourself out there?
Hmm.
Joaquin.
Actually, you know what's weird? No one calls me that anymore. You don't call me Joaquin. Everybody calls me Jaylight. So weird, right?
Oh,
Nobody calls me Joaquin anymore. My father's side is the only family that still call me that shit. Everybody calls me Jay or Jaylight. Yeah. The difference between like I say, you just gotta know what you want to put out there. Everything is not for social media. I try to give it a break on the weekends. On the weekends, like Monday through Friday, that's basically brand stuff. Because I'm sitting down, I'm at work, and that's what people they're at work Monday through Fridays. So that's basically brand stuff. On the weekends, it depends. It depends if I'm at the function or something or another. I may post one or two in my stories. I post stuff in the stories. I post a lot of stuff in the stories, like hey, da da da. But for my main page, like I said, I try to keep it to a limit because I know that Monday morning I got a books podcast, Tuesday books podcast. So I try to even it out. So when people go to my page, they'll see book podcast. Oh, he was on a boat. He's with family. Books podcast, book podcast. Oh, he's at somebody's birthday party. Books podcast, book podcast. Oh, okay, he's doing XYZ. You know, I try to keep it more books podcast personal, like this. Like, can you see, Drew? Like this. Like,
yeah.
That's how I try to keep it. Basically, that sums it up.
Okay. Do you think everyone is creative?
I think people are creative. I think it's just a matter of being consistent and persistent with it. Everyone's creative. It's just a matter of being consistent and persistent. You got to be consistent with it. Like if you like I said, XYZ, you got to be consistent with promoting, marketing it, promoting it, putting it out there so people can see, and persistent. Like I gotta do it. It has to be in your brain wired. Like I can't go a day without promoting because it's in my brain wired. Yeah, consistency and persistence. Some people have it, some don't.
What do you have to say to people who feel like, they might feel discouraged about social media? I've seen you say like, and people say this, don't worry about the likes and the engagement.
Look at the eyeballs. Look at the eyeballs. You can't worry about the likes or the comments. Likes and comments don't mean nothing. It's the eyeballs. People are gonna watch your stuff. Sometimes they're just not gonna say nothing. They're not gonna say nothing. Everyone watches pages. Even celebrities have finsters. They're watching your page. They just don't want to let you know. They don't want to let you know until they want to let you know. Basically, don't look at the likes and comments. They don't mean nothing. They don't mean absolutely nothing. Like it's basically about the eyeballs. Like my stuff doesn't reach 1,000 people, and my highest might be 200, 300 views, the most. But those 200, 300 views was somebody important somewhere. They saw it. They saw the books. They saw the podcast. They saw it. But they're not gonna let me know. Like, okay, I'm gonna put them in the back of my mind. Let me, I'm gonna revisit it. I see stuff all the time. When I'm ready to reach out, I'll reach out. Like I'm pretty sure that iHeartMedia, no matter how many rejection emails they send me, they see my stuff. I know this. I know this for a fact because the other day they posted something and I was like, "Oh, congrats!" When they was getting an award, I was like, "Oh, congratulations, family! Congratulations!" Hand clap emoji. Yeah. So they like my comment. They like my comment. So that means
look at that.
That means, right? Like, yeah, like they see me. They know who I am. Maybe, possibly, sort of. Maybe you think so, like that much? Okay.
I know they know who you are. Yeah.
Yeah. But basically, that's it, Jules. Don't look at the likes. Don't look at the comments. Look at the eyeballs. Look at how many people it's reaching. Like you're gonna put this interview up. Look at the eyeballs. Look at the eyeballs of how many 200, 300, 10, whatever. Somebody somewhere is important. I feel like, Jules, I got a deja vu. I feel like you'll be working at CNN. Jules, I feel like you're going to be working at CNN.
Oh, yeah?
I just got I got a weird I don't know. It's one of those. I read auras, and you're gonna be working at CNN. I don't know how. I just see it. Yeah.
I mean, let I
Remember,
accept that. I accept
re,
that. We'll see. I know it'll
re,
be somewhere. I know.
remember I said that. I feel like you're gonna be working at CNN. You're gonna tell like I don't know why CNN came to mind looking at you. Yeah, go ahead, Jules. I'm sorry.
No, you're all good. Yeah, like I'm enjoying this. Are you?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that's
I'm glad you finally listened to your cousin. Get on social media. Get on Instagram.
no. I know because if I had, I would also be further along. But it's
I,
okay.
I
It's
know.
okay.
I told you this years ago. I'm glad you finally listened to your big cousin. Go ahead. What's the next question? Go ahead. What's the next question?
Yes, yes. So which part of your creative work is your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Oh my God, Jewel, why are you doing this to me today? Why are you doing this to me today? Lord Jesus. I'm gonna hit the okay, I had to hit it that time. I mean, I don't know, Jewel. Like I miss playing music. I miss DJing sometimes. That I do miss. I
Hmm.
do miss a DJ. But I don't miss the music and I don't miss that life that came with it. I don't miss those sleepless nights and stuff. Writing, I miss having stillness energy, but I don't miss the criticism that came when you putting those books out and oh, what happened? You could have did this. I don't miss the headaches of having to deal with the author, the not the authors, the editors and trying to get that right. I don't miss any of that. Podcasting, I enjoy. I think it's the podcasting part that I enjoy the most because it's the only time that I can be loud, I can shout and be unrestricted, and it's my own creativity. I don't have people like, oh, you shouldn't say that, you can't say that. Not yet, not yet, Jules. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not there where people have to criticize. Look, we got sponsorships. You can't make fun of people. I'm not there yet. So at the moment, it's just the podcasting part. Like I set up my equipment. I write my own material. I make sure my equipment is together. It's like my primary focus and goal at the moment is it's the podcasting part. It's probably my favorite at the moment. At the moment, it's podcasting.
Is there anything that you would ever not discuss? Like, how do you choose what
My
you want to discuss and have to discuss?
Yes, I don't want to talk about babies. I don't like to talk about people getting killed. I don't like to talk about death. I don't want to talk about no death. I don't talk about no babies. Somebody getting killed. I don't talk about none of that. I barely want to talk about the Mad King. You know the Mad King. You know the Mad King.
Who, the president?
Oh my
No.
God, you Game of Thrones reference. The Mad King. He's the Mad King.
Oh,
You've watched Game of Thrones. The Mad King. I barely want to talk about him. Yeah. So basically, though, like I keep it at a limit. I keep it to a limit of that. Anything else is fair play. Anything else is fair play. But also, like when I talk about the stuff, I give it like, my creative spin on it. I can
mhm.
like some like my sisters. They won't listen to my podcast. My sister Nikema, she will listen to my podcast. Shout out to my sister Nikema. Shout out to her. But my other two sisters, the twins, they will not listen to my podcast. They both say, you're too loud. I can't tell. I can't deal with you yelling and shouting and stuff like that. Yeah, it's entertainment. It's
Shout out to
entertainment.
them.
I know. I tell them I explain like this. I can read the news one way and it'll be boring. But if I read the news in podcast J voice, it's more entertaining. More you'll get it. Like, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah. And the sound effects and everything, like, oh my God. Or add that into there and stuff like that. Yeah, you get it more. But yeah. Basically.
Have you ever had a show where you weren't quite feeling on?
I've had plenty of shows like that. This is prior to before I started doing a video version. I only recently started doing a video version, like the YouTube version. I only did audio because I had a lot. I'm not gonna say maybe anxiety. I had a lot of insecurities. A lot of insecurities. I had a lot of insecurities since junior high school. A lot of them just carried me to adult. Yeah, insecurities. Like I couldn't look at myself. Like I can hear myself, but I couldn't look at myself. I couldn't look at myself doing it. It took a while for me to get used to it. It took a long time for me to bring myself to it. So during that course of the time, I would have shows when I would do the audio, and I was like, it wasn't really a good show. I didn't really have it. But here's the difference. Like I said, it's two different people. It's Jay and it's Podcast Jay. But when I hit the playback button, Podcast Jay, he's firing on all cylinders. But Personal Jay is like, I don't think that was a good show. And then I listen to the podcast, to the playback, and it'd be like, wow, couldn't even tell I wasn't in it. Couldn't even tell I wasn't in it because At the moment, I'm ha ha ha. So to answer your question, I've had plenty of shows when I used to do the audio version, but now that I do the video version and audio version, I don't have too many of those. When I don't like, now I'm confident and secure in looking at myself, and like I'm talking to an audience. I have that confidence now. So I don't feel like, my heart wasn't in it. I can see my facial expressions. Sometimes I make my own self laugh and I'm delivering stuff and I write the material, but it never comes out. It never comes out the way I write it. It never comes out the way I write it because when I write it, it's like, but when it comes out, it's, yeah, Jewel. If that answers your question. If that answers your question.
I really appreciate the transparency and the openness of that. Thank you for that.
Yeah, no
And I
reason.
think it's something that a lot of people can relate to. Anything that you're doing, for the first time, it's an adjustment. But I'm so glad that you don't struggle to look at yourself anymore. I'm so glad. There's no reason for that or anything. So who would you say is your audience?
My audience is people between the ages 25 and 40, maybe 30 and 40, somewhere in that range. Somewhere in 30 and 40, you can get in a little 25 section as well because they get it. Like when I'm talking about stuff from the 90s and how we grew up and stuff like that, that type of audience, they get exactly what I'm talking about. I put the snippets, I cut the snippets up and I put them on my Instagram page and that's basically my what's the word I'm looking for? Age range, genre? What's the word I'm looking for?
Demographic
Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Demographic. Yeah,
or target audience?
between 30 and 45. They get it. Because I'm 43. What I'm talking about, you get it. With the young kids, they be like, I don't understand. What are you talking about? Broadway City? What you talking about? Webster Hall? I don't understand.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. What do you think about Gen Z, for example? Do you get to ever interact with Gen Z, and
What
what is
is
something you really like for them to know?
what age range is Gen Z? What is that? Don't say
Gen
teenagers. I can't stand these kids. We talk about teenagers. Don't talk about teenagers. We talk about what's Gen Z.
Well, in my mind, those are the okay, Gen Z, I pulled it up, roughly between 1996 and 2012.
Oh, these young kids, the ones that don't want to work. Oh, little knuckleheads.
Uh,
Oh,
uh,
these little knuckles that don't nothing. They know absolutely nothing, Jewel. You can't tell these kids nothing. Absolutely nothing. Bunch of knuckleheads. Oh, so I want to knock. Oh, oh.
but do you think that that's only some of them?
Some, mostly, a lot, plenty. Yes, Jewel. Yes. Can't tell them nothing. They don't want to work. They don't want to learn nothing. You can't tell these kids nothing. I don't want to be around no kids. Keep your kid away from me. Okay, I'm 1970. Get away. Get away. Get away. Yeah, Jewel. That answered your question. Mm-mm. 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 Nope. No. No.
So then, like, what you would say to them is like about work ethic?
You gotta work hard. You gotta work. You gotta work. Life is about working. You gotta put yourself out there. You gotta work. And nobody's gonna hand you nothing. Nothing's gonna nobody. No, there's no nepotism. There's no nepotism. There is no nepotism. You gotta work. Talk about you want to work. I've dealt with a lot of these young kids who come into my place of employment and they send them over there and they don't want to work. They want to sit and be on their phone and be lazy and I don't want to do nothing. No, no, I can't stand being around these kids. I'm allergic, Jew. I'm allergic to these kids. I couldn't even say that with a straight face. I'm allergic, Jew. Next question.
You know what I would like to see? I would like to see a one-on-one with Jay Light and a Gen Z.
No,
I
no,
would like to see
no,
that.
no, no.
It may
Are you kidding
happen.
me? My little niece is about to be 15 years old. I try having a conversation with my niece. I have no idea what she's talking about. She's calling me, oh, you're so oh. What do you mean? I don't even know what that even is, Uncle Jay. I don't even know what you're talking about. Really, Nala? Really? Really?
You're literally uncle and you're unk. You get called unk, I guess that's what she.
Sometimes I get called old man a lot, Jewel. I get called old man a lot. They like to call me old man a lot. They definitely do. The younger cousins and them, old man, what up, old man? How are you? Really? Really? I saw you when you was a baby. Really? Yeah. Yeah, Jewel. Next question. What you got?
Time is going by so fast. What words of encouragement would you like to offer people who, might be going through something or like kind of feel like the world is on fire at times? Yeah.
Have faith in yourself. Believe in yourself. You will get to where you are trying to go. You just have to believe in yourself, believe in your destiny, believe in your dreams, believe in your talents and your abilities. You got to block out the noise. You can't let people talk you out of your stuff. That's what happens to a lot of us. They talked us out of a lot of our stuff. Don't let people talk you out of your stuff. You know that's where the depression and sadness come in. You being sad because you want to do X, Y, Z, but somebody else told you you can't do X, Y, Z. You know, people talk you out of that. You got to talk yourself in. You got to talk yourself. If they can talk you out of it, you got to talk yourself into it. Yeah, it's the best advice I can give you. Don't give up on yourself. Have faith in your dreams. Have faith in your destiny. The universe will reward you. Thoughts become reality. Put yourself out there. Ask for it. The universe is always listening. Yeah, yeah. The best advice that I get from my guru cousins, Taki, my cousin Yusuf, they gave me some great advice over the years. Yes, don't live beyond your means. Don't live beyond your means either. Like that's the way to start too. You try to get some money, but you're trying to act like you all this and so no. See, that's why you broke. That's why you got no money. Because you're trying to live beyond your means. Yeah. Best advice I pass it down. See, Drew? See, you asked me the question, I'll pass it down. They give it to me, I'll pass it down to somebody else.
And what does Jaylight want people to know about him?
What the Jaylight want people to know about him? That he's a creative spirit, and one day they're gonna hear his voice on the radio, and they're gonna say, "Oh my God, I used to listen to your podcast." Yes, I know because you told somebody that told somebody, hey, and now they're like, "Oh my God, he's really on the radio." Yeah, I'm a creative spirit. You'll even see my movies and television programs, and you're gonna say, "Wow, he came a long way." I came a long way. I came a long way from where I've been. I was in college for 3.5 years. I was only supposed to do 2 years. They got me for 3.5. That's a whole nother story. And life after college was not fair at all. I got humbled a little bit. I got humbled a whole lot. Not a little bit, a whole lot. Life after college humbled me for real. And, I fell down, but I picked myself up and I kept going and I kept going. I never stopped. I couldn't stop. I can't stop now because my heart won't let me. That's why I promote myself every day. I put my brand out there, my podcast, my books. My heart won't let me give up. And basically, I don't stop. Jaylight doesn't stop. He can't stop until he accomplishes. And when he accomplishes big. So basically, yeah, I'm a fighter.
And on that note, Jaylight, my big cousin, thank you so much for talking with me today on So Booking Cool. You are so booking cool.
Thank you, Jewel. Thank you. I appreciate you having me as a guest. If you're not following me, follow me on Instagram at only one Jaylight, only the number one JAYLIGHT. You can follow the YouTube page for the podcast show In Full Effect with Jaylight, the podcast streaming everywhere podcasts are available.
In Full Effect with Jaylight.
Yes, guys, make sure you check it out. Okay, and stay tuned for everything that Jaylight does, and we'll be watching like those movies, the shows, anything else that you do, and as you continue to document your journey too.
Oh yeah, you gotta follow my Instagram, follow my YouTube, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. And Full Effect with Jaylight, the podcast, it streams everywhere podcasts are available. The books out there, Jaylight, and full Confessions of a Lost Soul Girl, Quan-Mello, The Rivalry. Yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, get in touch. You want to follow, hit the follow button. Yeah, I'm here for the advice. Jump in my DM, say, hey, I have a question. I saw your thing, your interview. Just, I want to talk with you real quick. Yeah, sure. Come right ahead. I'm here. But thank you, Drew, for having me a guest. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Like, we'll probably do this again at some point.
Oh, we will. And you're going to ask me, wow, you really said you was going to do it. And I'm really on CNN. I told you was going to be on CNN. Anytime, Drew. Thanks for having me again. I appreciate you.
Anytime, cousin. And thank you so much to all the viewers and the listeners. Until next time, So Booking Cool.